Good morning. This is KELOLAND on the go with all you need to know in news and weather as you start your day.
As a family plans a funeral for an 8-week-old child, the baby's father is in jail awaiting his first court appearance. Sioux Falls police arrested 22-year-old Dylan Castamore on murder and manslaughter charges.
He's accused of killing his infant son Daxton this past Saturday. Police say the baby suffered multiple skull fractures, broken ribs, bruising, and a lacerated liver. Daxton's funeral is planned for Friday. On Tuesday, the man accused of murdering 3 people in the town of Scotland was back in court to face additional charges.
Francis Lang is accused of going into a home with a gun and shooting everyone inside last month. 3 people died. Court papers say the 2 survivors, a woman and a 5-year-old, were hospitalized with life-threatening injuries. Lang
was initially charged with 3 counts of first-degree murder and 2 counts of aggravated assault. Last week, a grand jury decided there is enough evidence to also charge Lang with 2 counts of attempted murder, in addition to the original charges. Lang has not pleaded guilty to the charges.
We have an update to one of the 2 deadly shootings in Rapid City we first told you about on Monday. A 22-year-old woman from Kyle, South Dakota is behind bars facing manslaughter charges. Jesse Schmackel was arrested Tuesday in connection with the shooting on Marquette Drive that left 1 person dead and 2 others hurt Monday morning. She also faces 2 counts of aggravated assault. The Lincoln County Sheriff's Office is asking for the public's help in finding an inmate who failed to return to the Minnehaha County Jail. Officials say Darrell Blythe Jr. was given furlough out of Lincoln County Tuesday morning for a medical appointment. He was supposed to turn himself back into the jail after an appointment, but failed to return. If you have any information on where Blythe may be, you're asked to call the Lincoln County Sheriff's Office or Crime Stoppers. Now let's get a check of our weather with meteorologist Scott Munt. These warm temperatures seem to be sticking around for another day, Scott.
Yeah, we're looking at mild air for today. Temperatures easily hitting the 50s in many locations. We'll even do a couple of areas a little better than that with 60s and 70s. It looks like we'll have some record high temperatures for today. As we do check your hour-by-hour forecast, we are forecasting a high temperature in Sioux Falls coming in at 65. Now this will happen with strong westerly winds, 15 to 30 miles per hour. Those winds will die down as we do hit the evening shortly after 5 o'clock. Look for the winds to taper off a bit. Now as we take a look at our forecast into northeastern South Dakota, Aberdeen's forecast high at 64. That may happen around 2 or 3 o'clock today. Winds will be strong from the west at 15 to 25. Some of those gusts may approach 30. Central South Dakota showing temperatures off the charts. In fact, I need to expand the chart there. A high temperature at 70. That may happen around 2 or 3 o'clock today. And the same holds true in western South Dakota. The numbers going beyond the graph. High temperature at 73. Brian will have more details on your forecast coming up.
Thanks, Scott. Since being released on the gaming platform Steam, 3 O'Clock Horror, which was created by students at DSU, has had 10,000 downloads.
Now one of the lead creators of the game is turning it into a mobile app in order to reach an even larger market. But this experience will also have a positive impact on his portfolio as he begins to look for jobs after graduation.
It's also a really big thing. Having someone knowing that you put care into improving something that you've worked on to get into other platforms, to engage other people.
The mobile version of the game is planned to be released in January 2022. Make-A-Wish and Macy's stores are asking for families to write letters to Santa. Until December 24th, you can either send letters on Macy's website or drop them off at Macy's stores. For every letter sent, Macy's will donate $1 to Make-A-Wish.
But for this week, the retailer is doubling its donation for each card to $2. Students from Mitchell High School brought more than 2,000 letters to help with the campaign.
It's really exciting, and I know a little girl that has used Make-A-Wish, so it's really special to me.
Kids, adults, anyone can write this letter to Santa, and there's little stickers that you can virtually put on the letter, and then when you push send, it goes off to the North Pole, and you get to see it going off, and so it's a fun thing for the whole family to do. Everyone can write a letter to Santa.
The letter drop-off box in Sioux Falls is located at the Macy's store at the Empire Mall near the entrance facing 49th Street. Do you know a woman who is remarkable, someone who has influenced your community and makes it a better place to live? If the answer to those questions is yes, we want to hear from you.
KELOLAND Media Group is now taking nominations for our 2022 Remarkable Woman in KELOLAND. Just go to the Community tab on KELOLAND.com to find the nomination form.
That is a look at some of our top stories.
Now let's get one last look at your weather with meteorologist Brian Karstens. Brian?
All right, weather it is, and looking at these temperatures today into the 60s and 70s. Wow, what a day here. Record highs are on the table here for some of us. Sioux Falls, well, that 2 o'clock temperature there at 65, and then those 70s showing up in the west. And as long as we have enough sunshine and the wind is strong enough from the west, we should see those temperatures. And looking at tonight, nothing too drastically changing for West River folks, but the northeast, there's a little front that's going to dip in here. And you'll notice maybe a few clouds with that, and morning temperatures a little colder in the northeast. And overall, that'll probably trim our highs maybe in the 50s for Aberdeen and Watertown tomorrow. Sioux Falls, it's a lot more tricky because we still have a lot of warm air sitting just off the surface. So if we could get the wind to kick up enough, we could easily get those 60s rolling right back, and even 70s from Chamberlain to Rapid City. So keep that in mind tomorrow. We'll keep analyzing that. Otherwise, into Friday and Saturday, then things begin to cool down, and that's kind of the going trend here in the forecast. And overall, as you see there on the temperature trend map, we kind of lose some of the reds and the magentas a little bit, especially into early next week as we get 30-degree highs once again for a change. So that's what we can anticipate there. Highs today, 68 in Mitchell, 70 degrees in Chamberlain, and there's your cooler weather. Now, nothing cold when you look at December where we should be. These are actually near normal temperatures by Monday and Tuesday. Could see a little chance of snow by Tuesday. That's the first mention of any chance of snow. And you see here, too, for Aberdeen, a cooler trend by Saturday at 39, and a few more 30s showing up early next week. So do anticipate that trend here towards some colder weather. And Pierre, after a couple of very warm days at the front end of the forecast, 40s for the weekend, and then that 20% chance of some light precipitation by Monday. Rapid City will also see a decline, but not quite as drastic. Still in the 50s as we start the weekend. Check out more details with the weather online at KELOLAND.com, and have a great day.